We live. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? All right. We're in the open today. Let's see what we have. Let's go 120 range. See where we're at. All right. Last week, price action. Right here, either we stall out right here and go down, or we break up. So right now we're just sitting in the consolidation. All of this happened yesterday. What happened Monday? Just consolidated. Overnight consolidated. Let's say overnight. We swept these lows from the daytime. Okay, we swept the lows from the daytime. And then we also swept again last night, twice. Swept the overnight lows this morning. Okay, this was your overnight low. Overnight low. The overnight low right there. Overnight dot low right here. This is your overnight high, sitting right here. Overnight high. Now, as you can see, overnight took out both sides. The high from yesterday and the low from the morning session. So what do we have right here? We have here, which is a low that was made at midnight. So that's like midnight. Open really. If we just was down here, put that in the low. I'll just label that as a midnight low. Okay, so right now we're consolidating between the overnight high and the overnight low. Let's drill down a little bit down here. Okay, so pre-market swept overnights. So I have a feeling that we're gonna head down to attack here very shortly. We also have a volume imbalance right here, which is VI volume imbalance on the 24 range. It's also sitting inside this big ass volume imbalance right here. Bearish one that got inversed. So I'm not trading till 10 after 10. This is like a little bit of a okay. Alright, what are we doing here? So we just really are just consolidating. This right here is the new week opening gap right here, which I kind of like this. This is nice liquidity down here for the market to come and tap. I like that. It's a bearish gap, but we can use it as support maybe. Maybe market does something crazy, comes down here to tap this gap, and then shoots back up. So I'll make this a purple gap. Here, just consolidating. We got equal lows, right? Equal highs right here. We got equal highs sitting right here. Relative equal highs. So this is a good target. We also have an inverse gap right here. Inverse gap. So short term, my targets are this new week opening gap here. This midnight low is probably gonna sweep here. It's almost a guarantee to come down here. So this is after a sweep. This is a supply zone here. So we bounce. This whole thing is a supply zone right here. Yeah, this is aggressively gonna run from down here. Oh. So we're not agreeing to trade at all. So my guess is that we'll come down here, sweep these pre-market lows right here, tap right into here at 10 o'clock or somewhere in there. We take it back long and take out these equal lows right here. Boom. If I can get an entry, like a quick entry to back down here, to take it back down, could do that. See what's happening in the lower time frame. Alright, let's see what happens when it gets to this 50% right here. I need some coffee. I need some matcha. Yeah. No real price action right here. This right here is your pre-market low. Because this was any highs and lows that were set between 8 and 8:30. No, between 8 and 9:29. Between 8 and 9:29, any lows or highs that are set are pre-market lows. So pre-market low. We have relative equal highs here. So market has to go for one, at least one of these. Looks like we're on a strong downtrend. So we might be able to take a little small scalperoni and cheese down. The market's just moving fast. I don't know what. So I would need a good entry. Let's just 50%. See what happens. We're so close to the pre-market low that it wants to take it. But you never know. No, it could come down here and just double bottom. That's why we don't guess, we don't hold, we don't wait, we don't guess. This is a nice little 30-second gapperoni and cheese right here. Let's see what price does after this gap. Yo, my internet sucks balls. That could have been a nice little entry. But we'll see what this does here. If this doesn't fail, if this sweeps here, and if it doesn't fail, I mean it fails to a little below and closes back in, we can take it up to this target right here. Oh wait, if this is closes with a gap, I might be able to take this. That was a nice strong. No. If this would have closed with a nice gap, we would have been able to take the up here. But this looks like it wants to close back down. Yeah. It's just collecting orders up here. I might take this back down. If we get a nice close, I'll take it to these lows. But I would want to see something sweep up here. some of these volume imbalances. Right here, maybe. I want to see a nice sweep. This is a nice inversion. This is something that got inversed. And my goal was to take this down like this. Take it down to these pre-market lows. So if I can find an entry up here. But I gotta wait for a good entry. You gotta sweep liquidity. See, right now, all of this is getting just built up like this. Just trend line liquidity getting built up. So we like these pops. We like these pops. Come on, pop up. Come on, pop up. There we go. So maybe watch for these sweeps right here. Sweep here. That's money. And then we have FVG sitting here. And then we have some relative equal highs here. So I'm looking to go short, even though this is kind of pushing up kind of crazy. This is kind of strong, but I'm only gonna short if I see a sweep of any one of these levels and I get displacement back down. Because often, too many times, I just like to fucking just randomly like fucking okay, I like that candle. That was a nice sweet candle back inside. Okay, I like that. I like that. That was good. That's good. That's a good candle. That's a good candle. That's a nice break right there, buddy. Why is that a nice break, you say? Why is that a nice break, you say there, buddy? So we'll probably take us all the way down to at least here. Built up liquidity. Boom. We have a sweep of this high, delivering to this fair value gap. When this fair value gap tapped here and closed back into here, that shows me that it wants to go down. So my target always was here. Pre-market. Always was pre-market. I was just looking for entry to get back down to it. So after that candle, I took it down. And I might just close out and just like take. Let's take my money there because that's across a couple of accounts, but that definitely is gonna hit down here. Just gotta be patient. What I just took right there was basically like a 1 to 2. So the original trade was like a 1 to 3. Okay. I could actually probably still get another entry or something like this if this thing wants to come back up. I'll enter back up here. Stop below here. Knew that hit. Knew that was gonna hit, baby. And knew the pre-market low was the target. Nope. Fucker. Fucker! Look at that. That would have been target hit at a 1 to 3. Boom. Target hit. Target hit. All right, so that was one trade. We supposed to be a 1 to 3, but I got out of a 1 to 2. All right, so I should stop being a little biatch and fucking held down here, man. That's one thing I gotta get better is holding my trades. But very, very nice downtrend here. Pull back into a fair value gap, delivery to lower. Classic trade. So now we have to see what happens down here. This looks like shit, basically. Sometimes I watch 12 range charts to see if I start to get candles that'll start wicking up, like either I get like meaty pause bullish candles and then some like wickers, like for the market to say, okay, I want to start pushing back up, and then I'll drop to the 15 second or 30 second to see like what the actual candles, the time-based candles looks like. That's been kind of like the best for me right now, but nothing's telling me that this thing wants to. I would imagine that maybe we come down to this area of interest down here, this supply, these clusters of orders, boom. Oh, this thing still wants to push. Still wants to push, baby. Oh, that's a nice little pushy candle. See if you can follow through. Damn, trading is a lot about waiting. Yep. Smashed right through all of this. Smashed right through this wall right here. Right. So, smashed through it. And smashed this opening gap. So. Okay, zoom out. Okay, next area of interest is right here at this 50% of this range. Basically the supply area. Let's see what happens here. We got a little bit of muffins here, right here. I like this right here. This is a nice little volume imbalance. Let me see what we have. I'll go to the 30-second chart. Oh, I like that. I could take this. That's money. Do you know why that's money? Do we know why that's money? Because just put our stop right below right here. Right below here, right about y'all. Unless I'm trapped. Unless I'm trapped. And in that case, I'll stop out. There you go. But why did I take that? Because this was a nice order block that got inversed with a change. With a gap right here. But I didn't wait for confirmation, man. The fuck? Bro, you didn't wait for confirmation, bro. You didn't wait for your confirmation, bro. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You're rushing into stuff. I kind of like this right here, look. Again, I kind of like this. Put the stop loss below here. Yeah. I like this right here, but now that we're getting down here, we're doing a little bit of consolidating and then here. Usually this happens like here and this goes up. You know, put my stop loss below this low, unless it wants to attack this low. I'll be willing to take that, but I'm taking a risk on this consolidation. Again, this is risky. This is a risky trade. I can take it up to here. I just think it's a risky trade. Go for a 1-to-1. Fuck it, why not? I just want to kind of get my money back up out of there. My $20 that I lost. That was a riskier trade for sure. But I had to get that scalp out. So now we chill. We gotta chill. We gotta wait for a real one, a real trade. We gotta wait for a real trade. None of this other bullshit. But we're down in this gap. So like sometimes this shit does like this, right underneath the gap, and then goes up. So I'm just waiting on what the market wants to tell me that it wants to do. But it gave me a good sign that it wants to do something down here. Just not certain what it is. This may be a nice little short though, actually. This could be a good short. Break the structure, supply. But again, that's risky. We're already very low. We've already taken out a bunch of liquidity. So just really have to be very, 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 very careful. Also, something else I like to do, I like to trade from wicks. Like you see these like long wicks, and it'll always usually respects the 50% of these wicks. So if I go down and refine that on the 32nd, get up here, get a nice wick rejections up here. And a lot of times you can just take this like that. Alright, like just the regular wick rejection. And you'll come out like this. Look. Which will probably burst through there. It's probably not a good trade because it was already tested 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You know, but we are delivering a lot higher. Oh, that's a good sign. Look. Oh, you can even take this further. Look, I like that. There's another one in there, baby. Take profit here, 1, and take profit 2, yeah. It may pop through this though, but we will see if it tries to reject through this motherfucker. But it's basically consolidating around these wicks. Damn. I got popped out. Look at that. It got popped right out. I should have took the first one. That's what I should have done. Okay, so now that we know, okay, like bullish structure, I mean, it's kind of shifted a little bit. So now we start to look at where can we trade short from. And here's a wick right here. Here's a wick right here. Then we have a fair value gap sitting here. 30-second buoy. Red. And drop to the 15 and see what happens. This is a bullish engulfing. Look right here after it sweeps all of that. That's a nice candle. If we wanna chase it, all right. But we are pretty high. I mean, we are pretty low. chasing price. Chasing price. Do we want to deliver higher? Why did I take that trade? Because look. And you're going to be okay with the results. Got yapped out. Got nice and stopped out. Stop loss wasn't wide enough. But I like this down. I like taking a nice long from here. I mean a short from here. If this doesn't settle. Okay, so now we're delivering higher. Next area that I would probably look at is there's a little volume imbalance in right here. Good. It's getting squeezed. Getting squeezed. This is what happened last time, where I got fucking squeezed. But there's a volume imbalance right here. So this is a good trade. If I take it from here. Oh damn, we're getting squozed. We're getting squozed. Squozed, squozed, squozed. What? Yeah. Just failing to deliver. This is failing to close below here. Look at that. Look at that. That'll be nice. That fail. If this really fails like how I want it to fucking fail, this would be great. If not, this would be a nice short on the way down. If not, lose. Kind of like this trade, boys and gals. Instead of 1 to 2. 1 to 2 R. 1 to 2 R. Focus. Oh. I gotta get better holding trades. For sure. If this starts coming back up there, I'm out. I'll hold it. Jeez Louise, if it starts coming back down. I mean, up. These stupid ass fucking candles. I don't like that. I knew that was coming. Where's the next level? This next little file imbalance right here is cool. But there's no liquidity up under here. There's no liquidity. There's no liquidity. There's no liquidity. There's no liquidity. There's no fucking liquidity. Alright, I'm gonna stop fucking streaming, bro. I'm highly annoyed. At the decisions that have been made this evening, this morning. What in the But that seems to tell a nice story. Now look at this. Look at that though. See the 12 range told a nice story. Look at the 12 range. That's a medium rebalance. off of the 12. This is nice. 12 range tells a 12 range is a hell of a story. Range tells a hell of a story. I got a fast move up. Let's definitely get to over here. Oh, maybe not though. Maybe that's just a fucking take profit. Range tells a way better story, but I may just get up out of there with the loss. 22 or $30. Depending on I don't really like these fucking push-ups, bro. Push-ups is nasty. Let's get up out of there. Let's try a stab right here. Like these push-ups, bro. These fucking push-ups are nasty. But I am this volume imbalance. And I did make another volume imbalance right here. I'm pushing the supply zone. That's like Now, do I sweep liquidity? Yes, I do. I do sweep liquidity. Now, this could come all the way the fuck back up here. I fucking stomp the yard. But we don't know that. Just gotta wait for the right setups. Chasing price, not waiting for the right setups, bro. What you doing? Get up out of there, close the trade, get up out of there. This was a good one. Some higher highs, bro.